Okay, so this is part 2 of the creating a stencil project. So I've already saved my stencil to this USB drive. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this USB drive out, and we're gonna go ahead and go to the computer that's right here. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my flash drive here, plug it into the USB drive on this computer. Come down here, go to the start menu, click on computer, find that removable E drive. I think that this is it. There it is, stencil up at the top. I'll double click on that, let this load. Now while this is loading, hopefully there's some sheets of paper over here that are pre-cut that are on this table. I'll try to have as many of this as possible. I'm going to take one of these sheets of paper and put it into this laser cutter. Just kind of like this. Make sure that the piece of paper is in the upper right hand corner. It'll go like all the way to the bottom. Should be like about 18 inches over there. Once that's done, close the top of this thing. We can go ahead and turn the laser printer on. Make sure that it's on. The on is the line, so make sure that that's on. Okay, we know that this is on if it says like something like version 1.0.3 or it says job. There we go. So now that we have this on here, again, our stroke, we're gonna wanna double check to make sure that our stroke is good on this thing. So I'm gonna click on the whole thing. We want our stroke, I'm gonna click right here. We wanna select this whole thing right here. I'm gonna type in 0.0001 millimeter. We just want this to be really small. Okay, now I go File. I come down here to Print. Okay, I go to Setup, click Continue, go to Preferences. Okay, this is just going to be vector, so I click on vector. Okay, I look this, so this is a piece of mat board right here. We want to cut this, and we have a 60 watt, so our speed's going to be 20, our power's going to be 35. So our speed right here is going to be 20. Our power is going to be 35. And then the frequency, we need to drag this down so that it's right at 500. Okay. Do autofocus. Make sure you click autofocus on there. Don't worry about the horizontal is 11 on this thing. So I'll type in 11. Vertical 8.5. And that should be good. Click OK. And then I'll just hit print. That looks good. Actually, got to go back. Setup. Continue. Print again. That should change that. Notice how that changed that side. That's perfect. I hit print. You're good. And then now it should say over here, Job 1 Stencil. Perfect. We want to make sure that we turn on this filter down here. It's on the back. Turn on the light. You should hear power on. Also, we want to turn on the compressor. Over on this side, flip that up. Should hear that turn on. Come over here, and we press the go button. Should center itself. And then it should start cutting out the line. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video right now while it cuts this out. All right, so mine has finished. I'm gonna actually go ahead and turn this off right now. Turn this off in the back. So this is how it came out. And one thing that I want you to notice is the eyes. Notice how like it cut out the center of the eye, but when I pick this up, that's not gonna quite work out. And the reason for that is, remember the whites of the eyes, I couldn't like find a line. I couldn't follow the white to the outside. So the eyes are not gonna come out quite right, but everything else will. So, I'm gonna open this up, pull this out right here, okay? And I'm gonna take this thing, over to this table right here. So this is actually what came out. You can notice like the eyes right there. It didn't come out quite right, but overall that's pretty good. So now what I want to do is I want to put my name on this somewhere. Okay, so put your name on this, and then you're just going to keep it here until Friday. Friday we're going to be doing screen printing. All right, so you'll just keep yours there. Now, make sure you are in charge of cleaning up all of this mess right here, okay? So one thing that I've found is you just kind of just work one at a time here. Sometimes it's easier. Make sure that you pull all this junk out of the laser cutter for the next person. Sometimes if you just wet your fingers a little bit, like the paper kind of sticks to them a little bit better, you're able to pull them out a little bit more. All right, so I got that out. So that's it. So we have now created a stencil. This is our stencil over here. We've now created a stencil for screen printing, and we're going to be doing that this week sometime.